Guys, I am so excited about today's video. We are going to be doing swatches, close-ups, and a look of the new Nomad Cosmetics Hudson Valley eyeshadow palette. This is what she is looking like. This is the front of the palette, the outer carton. The artwork is exactly the same. All of these beautiful, crisp, clean colors of autumn. The oranges, the reds, you have some browns, yellows, even a little bit of pop of green, a little bit of purple, and here it's just so pretty. When I saw this palette being teased, I knew I was going to have to pick it up. Just, this is the ultimate fall palette. This is what our color story is looking like. There are beautiful embossings in each one of the shades. I will drop some close-ups in here so you guys can see what they look like. My only issue with the palette, if I were to have one, is that there are only 3 shimmers and they're straight down the middle. I wish there were a couple of more. All the rest of the shades are mattes. One thing that I do love about the palette is the layout. It's all laid out in like columns, and then you have like your reds, your browns, your yellows over here, and then over here you have your greens and your grays. So if you're somebody who's like a beginner and you're not quite sure how to like put the shades together, this just makes it so easy to put together beautiful looks, and all the shades in here are going to work together so well. I think I want to focus on like the green, then maybe kind of going into the orange. I don't think I've done anything like that recently, so that is what we're going to be doing. But let me go ahead and drop in some close-ups of the palette and the swatches so you can see what they look like up close. You guys, these shades swatched so beautifully. This formula is so smooth, so buttery. The red was so super vibrant and pigmented. I literally only had to go in it one time. I didn't have to like go over it over and over again. The formula in the palette, just based off the swatches alone, is so smooth, so buttery, very silky in the way that they felt in the swatches. And I'm just looking so forward to putting these colors on my eyelids. My palette came with this little guide to the Hudson Valley Foliage Trail. It was a thing they were doing where I think it was like the first 100 or something like that. If you were one of the first 50 or 100 people to order the palette, then you got the little guide. And it's really cute. On the inside, it shows you the trail. And then there are all these places like restaurants, winery, just different little stops along the trail that you can check out, you know, if you decide to kind of, you know, take this little tourist trek. The Hudson Valley is not something that's ever really been on my mind as a place to visit, but after seeing, you know, this palette, reading more about it, because there's on the back of the little card here, they have some more information. All of this alone is making me want to go visit the Hudson Valley, and especially in the fall. So I may have to add that to my bucket list of things to do because it's beautiful. I mean, everything about this palette and the packaging and everything, it's just stunning. I've already primed my eyelids with my Party Proof eyeshadow primer from Colourpop. The shade is in Caramel. So while this sets down, I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit more about this palette and what the inspiration was. If you're unfamiliar with Nomad, all the palettes are based on like destinations. So it can be, you know, cities, parks, countries, states, just different destinations, you know, around the world. And then, of course, Hudson Valley is this one. Between Montana and Albany, New York, the 150-mile-long Hudson Valley is breathtaking in autumn. The perfect fall foliage destination. It's full of historic towns like Sleepy Hollow and Woodstock. So it says Hudson Valley is where Felicia grew up. Felicia is one of the creators of Nomad, so that's pretty cool. It's a special destination. We're excited for you to come explore with us. It's beautiful, blazing autumn. Also, with each Nomad launch, they support a specific cause, and with this one, it says they're proud to support Scenic Hudson, that protects the Hudson River and the surrounding land. So that's pretty awesome. All right, so let's go on ahead and throw together a look. I've been so excited waiting for this palette to get here. So yeah, I'm excited to finally use it. To start off, I'm going to go into Mountain Hike, which is funny. There's actually a little man hiking in the embossing. So I'm going to take this shade. I'm going to blend it on the outside, and then I'm going to take Fall Festival, this really beautiful orange, either this one or this one, which is called Up Beach or Great Pumpkin Patch. So either Fall Festival or Great Pumpkin Patch. One of those is going to go towards the middle, but I'm going to go ahead and go in with Mountain Hike first. And I'm going to use this brush from Beauty Bay. It has no number on it, but it's just really small, kind of a detailed brush. This has become my favorite brush for applying eyeshadow, especially in the crease and the outer part of the eye. I have smaller lid space. My eyes are also mostly hooded, and I'm over the age of 40, so you know I have looser skin in that area. And this brush just does such a good job of laying down shadow. You're just going to softly blend it in the crease. Just go into circular motions to blend it on the outer corner. Such a beautiful kind of a khaki army green shade. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous for the fall. I'm going to lay a little bit more on the outer corner. Just softly blend into the crease. I find taking the brush and just kind of going into circular motions on the outer part of the eye just really helps to blend the shadow in, especially if you have like looser skin on the outer part of the eye like I do. To add just a little bit more depth on the outer corner, I'm going to go into Bed and Breakfast, which is a deeper green, and just focus that in this area. So I just want to take that right there on the outer part of the eye. We just want to add a little bit more depth to the outer corner. These shades are just blending beautifully. I have to say, Nomad has really stepped up their game. Formula is greatly improved since that one palette that I wasn't too fond of. But I guess, you know, everything can't be. But I guess we can't hit everything out of the ballpark. This palette is performing beautifully. I am a sucker for a beautiful khaki army green. I can't help myself. I'm going to clean off this brush and I wipe because I want to use the same brush to apply the orange. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go into Great Pumpkin Patch, and I'm going to blend that into the inner part of the eye. This is my first time using this palette. I haven't actually done a look with it just yet. Oh, that is a beautiful orange. Ooh, that's pretty. Just want a little bit more. Very, very lightly. I'm not wanting a whole lot of super bright pigment in this part of the eye. I'm definitely going to do another look with this for TikTok and Instagram, so be looking out for that. That is gorgeous. I'm going to go back into Mountain Hike just to add a little bit more on the top part right in here to help better connect these two shades together. So pretty. I am so excited that we are officially in the fall season. The temperatures are finally starting to cool down. They're still, you know, pretty warm for this time of year, but they're finally starting to tone down a little bit. We're not like in 100-degree temperatures anymore, which is nice. I just love the cool, crisp, you know, not so hot temperatures of fall, so I'm looking forward to that. Alright, so what I want to do for the lower lash line, I'm going to take this brush, which is a smaller detail brush from Aloe, and I'm just going to go back into Great Pumpkin Patch and just softly lay that along the lower lash line. Alright, now for our shimmers. I'm going to take this brush, this little flat shader brush from Beauty Bay, and we are going to go into Corn Maze, which is this brighter green here. I wish there was a deeper, richer green shimmer. I think that's what's really missing from the palette. Like maybe something like this, but in a shimmer. This one is pretty bright, but we're going to give it a try. You know, this is what we're working with. Oh, that is a beautiful shimmer. That's pretty. Very shiny and wet looking. Kind of has a limey green, kind of a yellowy tone to it. Very pretty. Now I'm going to take Blend Bunny 2, which is their smallest detailed brush, and we're going to go into this lightest, kind of an orangey shade here called Leaf Peeping. I think that's what that shade is. I'm going to put that in the inner part of the eye. So right in here, just blend it into that green. Oh, that's pretty. So one thing that I do love about Nomad is their shimmers. They just have this really pretty glossy, kind of a wet looking formula. Alright, so that's going to be it for our shadow. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to throw on some liner, some lashes, and then put something on my lips, and then we will come back and do our final first impression thoughts of this palette. For my lashes today, I'm using the Natural Cat Eye Light from Ioni. These are 3D foaming lashes, 100% handmade. Pick these up from the Dollar Tree. These I think I specifically got from Roses. The first time that I put them on, I always trim a little bit on the outside to try to fit, but they were poking the daylights out of me on the inside, so I had to cut a little bit more off. But I like the way the shape looks now. I think they're flaring out just perfectly on the eye, and I am loving the way that they look. I'm also using a new lash glue. This one is from Kiss. This is the strip adhesive with Aloe, the clear. I picked this up from Walmart. I've never used a lash glue from Kiss before, but so far I am really liking it. It does a really good job of adhering the lashes to the lash line, but it's also very gentle. Like I'm not getting any kind of irritation or anything. So far, this is also a win. In my waterline, I'm using one of my Colourpop liners. This one is a glow. This is part of their Lush Life. It's really pretty, kind of a metallic lime green. I thought it would go beautifully with this eye look. My liner is from AOA Studio. It is the Artista liner next to the NYX Epic Ink liner. This one is my favorite. It also has a brush tip. This one is $1 versus like $10, $12, $13 for the one from NYX. And on my lips, I'm using a combination of the AOA Studio Wonder Lip Pencil in Famous and the Lunar Beauty liquid lipstick. This is part of the Halloween collection last year. The shade is Hollow Eve. I think it's just a really, really beautiful pumpkin orange, and I just kind of thought these fall shades would look gorgeous together, and I really do love the way the look came together. Let me know down in the comments what you think. All right, now for my final first impressions of this palette. I think this palette is absolutely gorgeous. This is everything fall. This is perfect fall in a palette. These beautiful, crisp autumn tones, the oranges, the reds, the beautiful greens. My only complaint is I wish there were more shimmers, especially like maybe a deeper green or a deeper orange, maybe I don't know, it's just a little bit, I just wish there was a little bit more where the shimmers were concerned. That's the only thing that I would say I'm disappointed in, but everything else is beautiful. The formula is absolutely gorgeous. Everything blended beautifully on my eyelid. I am definitely looking forward to pulling this palette out more. This palette has become my favorite. The Cartagena Mexica palette was my favorite up until now, but this one has knocked that one out of the top spot. Now that one is number 2, and this one is currently my favorite palette from Nomad. I am loving it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. It really does help with my channel. If you are new to my channel and you are not already subscribed, I would love it if you would consider joining my little family and hitting subscribe. And make sure you tap the notification bell so you can get notified of any videos coming up in the future. I have some beautiful palettes that I'm going to be working with in the next couple of weeks. You can also follow me on my other socials. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.